And we are live. If you are looking for information on how to grow your YouTube channel one subscriber at a time, if you want to try to figure out how to get more views and more subscribers and improve your content, then you are in the right place, because on YouTube Growth Strategy Monday, the sister circle gets down to the business of trying to figure out how to grow our YouTube channels one subscriber at a time. If you're new to my channel, I'm Denise Jordan, and I teach women to make wise home health and beauty decisions. So if you want to learn more about running a household or how to grow your YouTube channel one subscriber at a time, subscribe. Or if you want to learn how to do product reviews, because I do those kind of videos all the time as well, subscribe. Okay, let's take a look at what we're going to be doing today. Today's topic is supposed to be about, well, we were supposed to look at 3 specific videos for today's content. And one of the videos was, hey Diva, it's good to see you. One of the videos was Sunny Lenarduzzi's how to script your YouTube videos for high content. I see Andrea Mason is on. How are you doing? And Gina Whitney is back with us. So, hey, Gina, how are you doing? And it's just good to have people jumping on. So like I said, if you're new to my channel, one of the things that we do on Monday is talk about YouTube growth strategy. And we have some pretty good discussions here. So if you are joining us on the replay, you will definitely enjoy what we do and what we talk about tonight. And one of the things that we do on Growth Strategy Monday is like, we blow people's minds. We blow their heads off just because we learn so many things. Miss Cheryl's Place is with us as well. So, hey, it's good to have you with us. And Craft Today with Rita Renee is with us as well. So, there were 3 videos that we were assigned to take a look at. And one of them was Sunny Lenarduzzi, how to script your videos for high engagement. The other one was by Sunny Lenarduzzi, and it was Best Content Creation Strategy, and that one was quite interesting. And then the other was by Nimmin on YouTube Description Tutorials and Template. And so he has a tutorial that tells us how to work on writing better YouTube descriptions. And we've all had some struggles with that. But I have to tell you, what blew my mind today was I got an email from Craft Today with Rita Renee, and she said, have you seen vidIQ's latest video? And I'm like, no. She said, you better check it out. So I pulled up that video. Hey, Sylvia at Silly Mama for Life. So I pulled up that video, and let's see, I probably don't have it still on here now, but it was about whether or not, oh, and Terrarium and Crafts is here too. Hey, Mia, it's good to have you with us as well. And you say it's midnight there. Oh my. So I thought I would just kind of take a look to see what were they talking about. And when I checked them out, no, I don't want to do that. I want to go here. And then Around the House with Cheryl is on with us as well. So you guys have got to take a look at this video. And the video was, and now I'm not seeing it. So, and I did look at it earlier, but all of a sudden, okay. So the name of the video is, do YouTube video tags matter anymore? And they do a case study. And I'm like, what? What? So I took a look at the video, and the video has only been out for about 8 hours. And it is only about 12 minutes long, but it was really quite interesting. So I'm going to suggest that when we get off tonight, if you guys have some time between the next few days, take a look at that video. And let me just share with you a few of the things that I picked up from the video, because, you know, we've been talking a lot about tags and description boxes and all of that. And then I feel like somebody pulled the rug out from under my feet when I was looking at this video. Hey, Nicholas, how are you doing? It's always good to see you here with us as well. So how many of you had the opportunity to just come across this vidIQ video? Do YouTube tags matter anymore? And let's see. Somebody is on. I missed that one. So yeah, so Rita said she saw it and she was floored. Maya said she hasn't seen it, and but she wants to. I have to tell you, it's quite interesting, and I will just share with you a little bit of what Rob talked about, because you know Rob, the kind of like bald guy that's always the face of vidIQ, did the talking. And the question was, are tags important anymore? And it sounds like they're not, or at least not like the way we were thinking of them. One of the things that I got from watching the video was that the latest video, like there's a YouTube Academy video that's 3 years ago that completely contradicts what the YouTube Academy this year said. And 3 years ago, they talked about how important tags were for engagement and for YouTube search engine and all that kind of stuff. Well, the most recent video on the YouTube Academy, which vidIQ had some excerpts from it, said that they're really not as important as we thought. And so here we are really working hard to optimize our videos to make sure we're using the right tags in the description box and in the tag box. And it sounds like, if I'm picking up what I think I'm picking up, that the tags in the tag box are not as important, because from the little survey that they did, and it wasn't like real scientific, but what they did was this: they made up a keyword, and what they did was they spelled vidIQ backwards and then added a bunch of numbers to it, and then they put it in several videos, and then they searched for it. And they searched in a lot of different ways. And so they put it in the title, they put it in the description box, they put it in the tag box, they put it in a playlist. I looked at this video 3 times because I kept saying, what? I'm like, what you talking about, Willis? I just couldn't believe it, because of all the work we've been doing and all the things that we've been taught. So in a nutshell, what it sounds like is that the tags count most important in the title. That the second most important thing, well, the most important thing is the keywords, not the keywords, is the thumbnail and the title. So tags in the title. So if there's a keyword that you want to use, for example, I posted my blueberry muffins recipe today, and it was one of the best blueberry muffins, healthy blueberry muffins. So if you guys didn't see it, please take a look at it. But healthy blueberry muffins was one of the keywords that I used in my title, but it was also one of the tags that I used in my description. And it sounds like that the keywords or the tags in the description box matter, and the keywords and the tags in the titles matter, but the keywords and the tags in the tag box don't seem to matter quite as much. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know, it was just crazy. But so the question is, how do we use that information? Where do we go from here? So the other thing which I thought was very interesting was they looked at playlists. And if I'm remembering correctly, it said that using the tag or the keyword in the playlist did not matter much. So, and if you put the keyword or the keyword in the title and the title's doing well, then he said, if your title's doing well, don't mess with it. Because if you change it, then it can make it start dropping out of search or something like that. So the video with the phrase used in the title gets more priority. So that was something else to say. So when I talk about keywords, keywords can sort of be tags and they can also be keyword phrases. So if you look, when you're researching your video, and one of the things we've learned is that before we pick up our camera, we do want to do some research. So when I was researching my video for my blueberry muffins, I looked at different titles for blueberry muffins: healthy blueberry muffins with yogurt, best blueberry muffins, easy blueberry muffins. And I decided on healthy blueberry muffins recipe because that one had the most numbers of searches, healthy blueberry muffins recipe. And then there were a couple other variations of that I found, like how to make blueberry muffins from scratch. That was another one that got quite a bit of search. So in the tag box below the description box, the tag I would put in there would be healthy blueberry muffins. Also, how to make blueberry muffins from scratch, how to make blueberry muffins, just all different words like that. Those are tags and also keywords. So keywords and tags can be synonymous, but they don't have to be. A keyword or keyword phrase is something you're looking for to build your video around. And then you will use those in your description box, but also in your title. Now, we've kind of knew all along that we need to have them in our title, and you should leave your title with them. Let me take that back, because one of the things I was thought, lead it in the title. But one of the things that he said in his video was it didn't matter if they put it at the beginning of the title, the middle, or the end. As long as it was in the title, it showed up in search. And they, like I said, they made up this word like, it was just kind of crazy. They made up a word like this. Now it wasn't, this pencil isn't even showing up on here. So what they did was, let's say this is the word they did. So they made up a word like that. They just made up a word. Just any word. And then they put it, and then they put that made up word in the titles, and they checked to see how quickly they showed up in search. They put them in the description box, and it did show up in search, but sometimes it took 24 hours for it to show up. Whereas if it was in the title, it showed up right away. If they put it in the tag box, which is the box under the description box, it didn't show up in search. And I'm like, what? So I don't know. I think we need to hear from YouTube a little bit more definitively on that. Now, one of the things that he said they were not going to stop doing, they were not going to stop using the tag box. He said as long as the box is there, they're going to fill it up. So there's 500 characters for tags, and they're going to continue to kind of fill those up as much as possible. And if you think about it this way, vidIQ and Morning Fame and TubeBuddy, that's how they make their money, is teaching people how to use those tags and that kind of thing. But I suppose the work we've been trying to do with description boxes and titles, it's a good thing we've been focusing on those things too, because it seems like that's where it's at. I was just like, wow. So Rita, thank you for pointing that out. I usually watch the vidIQ videos every day, or at least every Tuesday and Thursday when they upload. But I just had so many other things on my plate, and then trying to get caught up, I just not had a chance to do that. And so Home Decorating with Liz just jumped on. So hey Liz, it's good to see you. Liz, I got your email message and where you were thanking me for shouting you out. And really, you didn't need to do that. But as as you guys all know, that the whole purpose of our circle is for us to take action. And so I think it's just good to kind of point out when we have some sisters that are taking action, that are heeding the lessons that we've been doing. And it was really kind of fun to kind of go through and look at some of the channels and see what people were doing. And just because I didn't point out a certain person this week doesn't mean you're not taking action. It just means that this week I just happened to look at a couple of their videos. Next week it'll be somebody else. And so that's the thing. Who is that? Made with Glee. Gleeza. Hey, Gleeza, it's good to see you as well. So yeah, I found that video very, very, very interesting. And like I said, I looked at it 3 times. So now I needed to be getting ready for tonight's show. But I'm like, okay, the ladies need to hear this. So there is that. But yeah. So, it's kind of like, I don't know what to think or what to say. So I just think that one of the things that we'll have to continue to do is really drill down on our titles and on our descriptions, because we do know that search does show up, that the tags do show up in search in the description box, or the keywords in the description box. And we know that titles are also important. So for those of you that are pretty much leaving your description boxes blank, we're going to have to at least try to get those first 3 lines sorted out, just because it's going to be so important for search. So do you have any thoughts about those? And I did talk to Kenya last night after we got off. And one of the things she said was sometimes, when I ask you guys a question, she'll be like trying to type, to get it in there. And then before she can get it typed in, other people will jump on. And also Gina said she stayed up working on some things. And you know what? I realized too, I need to do some things too. We looked at several about pages on a couple of the new ladies last night. And after we talked to Cheryl, I thought, I need to change my about page too, because when I started my channel, we did not have Shout Out Sunday and YouTube Growth Strategy Monday. So those weren't in my plans at all. As you guys know, it's like somehow this just happened. This was not in my plan. So I need to tweak my about page to reflect that on Sunday and Monday. There'll be a YouTube strategy discussion and Shout Out Sunday, but then twice a week. And the rest of the week will be my signature content related to cooking and cleaning and laundry and health and beauty. Otherwise, I might be losing some subscribers. So, because we talked about niching down, and somebody that's really niching down right now. Have you guys noticed Bella at Home? What is Bella D Designs? She's getting lots and lots of views on her videos. She's really niching down. She said she's only doing content that she enjoys. She's not participating in hardly any collaborations. She's getting lots of views. The last time I looked at her channel, she had like 1,000 views on one of her videos. And I was like, whoa, that's pretty darn good. So yeah. And then Thrifting Grandma is with us tonight as well. So hey, Thrifting Grandma. So is there anything you guys want to say about the discussion that we just had regarding the tags and the information related to vidIQ? And what we were talking about is vidIQ posted a new video, and the video is called Do YouTube Video Tags Matter Anymore? This is on vidIQ. They posted it today, 8 hours ago. I highly encourage you to take a look at it. So does anybody have any comments they want to make on that? Otherwise, we can go ahead and start looking at the Sunny Lenarduzzi videos. Okay, and so now Gleeza, that makes perfect sense. So now Gleeza at Made with Glee said she had to make the decision not to participate in the Corn on the Cob challenge because it doesn't fit with her channel. And Way to go, Gleeza. Because here's the thing. Sometimes you can feel, not that we're pressuring you. When I say we or you, I'm talking about the royal we and the generic you. But sometimes you can feel like you're obligated to participate in this or that because you're a part of the circle. But one of the things that I try to encourage you guys to think about, and your other sisters here well know, if it doesn't fit with your genre, if it doesn't fit with your brand, don't do it. Because I have to tell you now, Mary at Mary's Nest is one of our sisters, and her brand has to do with, no, I do audits sometimes on Mondays if we have the time. But her brand has to do with traditional cooking, nutrient dense cooking, and things like that. And okay, so I missed that topic. But anyway, her brand is that. And she started a series on water bath canning. She said she lost a lot of subscribers because they were like, what the heck are you doing water bath canning for? That's not related to this or that. So again, I missed that name. So she lost subscribers and got a couple of negative comments about her doing water bath canning. Now, I watched her water bath canning and I like them. Because that's one of the things that I enjoy doing. I made some strawberry jam. I mean, I do water bath canning, so it was interesting to me, but I joined her channel because she's a peer in another circle that I'm in. So it wasn't a big deal to me, but she lost subscribers because she started doing water bath canning. So she dropped that. She's not doing it anymore. She just put the playlist up and it's just there. But she went back to what people come to her for, which is traditional cooking. And you guys notice Mary doesn't participate in a lot of our collaborations because she doesn't have the time or they don't fit with her niche. She said she plans out her videos a month to 6 weeks in advance and she stays on task. And her channel started growing like crazy. So if you're in this circle, just because we host a collaboration doesn't mean you have to do it. If it doesn't fit your niche, don't do it. Because you guys know I don't do too many DIYs. Oh, hey, Mary, I was just talking about you. Oh, terrible storms there. Oh, you guys were having storms the last time, but I guess you guys are in hurricane season out that way. So yeah. So if it doesn't fit your niche, you made the right decision, Gleason, because you have to drill down. So now Gina was asking, how do I feel about titles that say how to organize or organize with me? Well, then, let's just do a little bit of research. I got my desktop up and I'm going to look for how to organize. And I'm going to put how to organize your kitchen. All right, so I've got how to organize your kitchen. Let's do cabinets. How to organize your kitchen cabinets. So when I type in, I've got keywords everywhere. And if you people who are on that are new, if you don't have keywords everywhere, the free version, because notice, I always recommend, whatever I recommend, the free version. Because, I have to watch my money now. Oh, so now Sylvia is moving into a new house. So before I get over here to this how to organize your kitchen cabinets, Sylvia, we talked yesterday about videos that people that have new homes should consider doing that fits their niche. And Sylvia, as Silly Mom for Life, she's all about the mommy life, the mom life. And then she just got a new house. I know she's got at least one child, if not two. For some reason, I'm thinking you've got 4 kids, Sylvia. But anyway, she's all about the mom life. And one of the things we've talked about that's really trending is new homes. And if you've got a new house, then empty house tour, new house, clean with me, new house, decorate with me, new house, and then start with the kitchen, the bathroom, the bedroom, all those kinds of things, room by room, new houses are huge. We also talked about yesterday the color of the year for 2019 is, was it living coral? Some kind of coral. And then the color of the year for 2020 is another kind of coral. That one could be living coral, but some kind of coral this year and next year. So, and then shopping for the new home. Yeah, so all of those are videos that you'll want to do for your new house. Not to mention, which we didn't hit on these, but orienting your kids to the new house. Because I remember when my daughter moved, and Jordy must have been about 3, and both houses had a had an upper level. But I remember when we had just moved in, they had just moved into the new house, and I had gone down to help. And Jill told Jordy to go upstairs and go to bed, just kind of teasing her to see what she would do. And she started going up the steps, and all of a sudden she stopped and she started crying because she realized this wasn't her old house. She wasn't sure where her bedroom was. So you might even talk about transitioning children to the new house. So that's something to think about as well. And Dana, whatever you just said, I missed it. Guys, I tell you what, I'm having so much trouble with my vision. I'm going to have some cataract surgery. I hate to even think about it. But you know, I just got these new glasses. These glasses cost me $700. And I'm still having trouble with my vision. So when I went in to see my ophthalmologist, he said, okay, I think your cataracts are getting to the point that we need to do some intervention. So in a couple of weeks, I'm going to have surgery on both of them, one at a time. So I'm going to have to try to plan ahead so I can deploy my videos while I'm out and don't miss a beat. But anyway, so now coming back to the question about how to organize. And so that's the other thing. So Dana, tell me, okay, so Dana, let me come back to your series. So I'm going to just write that down, Dana and series. You hear blueberry vitamins for health? All right, so now we're going to talk about the topic that someone else brought up, how to organize or organize with me. So when I clicked on how to organize your kitchen cabinets, what I look at is there are about 590 searches a month. Oh, I should do a video on my experience with my cataract surgery. I thought about that, but it's like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do the video if I can't see. So I don't know. Now look at me. I'm pulling my hair, and you guys can tell I'm getting nervous about that because I haven't like been doing this since I was like, what? With clinical depression. So it was like, whoo. But anyway. So there's 590 views at 92 cents that people are searching for that. How to organize your kitchen cabinets. Now let's look at Clean With Me. Clean With Me. There's 1,900 searches a month on Clean With Me. Now let me put kitchen. They didn't populate that one yet. Clean With Me Kitchen. They don't show a volume for that one. Let's see. Let me try Clean With Me Kitchen Cabinets. So now Clean With Me, well, Clean With Me kitchen cabinets. Again, I don't get a lot. It's just like 0 searches for that. But if I look over at how to clean kitchen cupboards, there's 320 people searching a month for that one. And that's $1.80 CPC. So I don't know. Let's look on YouTube and just see there. Oh, hey, Ruth. It's good to see you. Let's go to YouTube. And when I go to YouTube and I do Clean With Me, so Clean With Me, there's 1,900 searches a month again. So that one's always doing well. And yeah, so Clean With Me is 1,900 searches a month. And then How To, let's see that one. How to clean your kitchen is getting 260 a month. So it looks like the how-tos are a lot less than the Clean With Me. So it's, let me check Organize With Me. Organize With Me, only 10 searches a month. Organize With Me Kitchen, let me try that one. Organize With Me Kitchen, not very many. So it looks like the Clean With Me's are better. And then you can add the rest of your title. Hey, Shelly, it's good to see you as well. It's so nice to have you guys jump on tonight. So what we're looking at right now, we're trying to look at whether or not Clean With Me or How To Clean This or That is a better choice. And it looks like the Clean With Me is better. So yeah, so when I did my blueberry muffins, I did healthy blueberry muffins, which seemed to have the highest number of searches, and then added like healthy blueberry muffins slash how to make blueberry muffins from scratch, because that was another one that got quite a few searches. So there was that. But despite all of that, and the fact that it's National Blueberry Day, I've only had 100 views on that video. Now, I did upload that video at 7 a.m., which according to vidIQ is not the best time for me to upload video. However, I knew I had this one coming on live at 7 p.m. and I wanted to at least have 12 hours in between. Not that 12 is the magic number or anything like that, but I needed to have some time in between so at least the first one could get traction before this one started. So there's that. Now, Dana was saying that she's getting, did the number of searches info come from vidIQ? No, that number of searches info came from keywords everywhere. I didn't look at vidIQ for that. And I know there's a way to track that on vidIQ. And I've been trying to do that a little bit too, but I don't do that as often as I do keywords everywhere and the Google search bar on YouTube. But I'm going to start doing all four. Oops, excuse me. The keywords everywhere, AdSense, as well as with the vidIQ. And now that I've got my camera paid off, I'm thinking I might upgrade with the vidIQ. How to does seem to be a good format, but the thing is that now get the free versions though of those two. When I searched the How To and the Clean With Me seemed to get more searches than the How To. But you're right, Mary. How To is always a good one to consider trying. So, hey, Cindy, it's good to have you with us as well. So there are those. And so now we were just getting ready to talk to Dana, and she said that she is trying a new series, and she's noticed that her subscribers seem to have picked up since she did that. Oh, and Mary, the other thing we talked about was, is Clean With Me a niche on YouTube? It seems to be now, because a lot of people are doing Clean With Me's or cleaning motivations. Clean With Me, whole house clean. Clean With Me, messy house, that kind of thing. But there was a new video that we just became aware of today that everyone needs to look at. So if you jumped on late, I just want to mention it. And it is by vidIQ, and it is do YouTube video tags matter anymore? Take a look at it. I'm not going to go back and discuss all the stuff we've already talked about, but the video is only 12 minutes long. And when you get a minute, I think you got to see it because it just really, it's going to blow your mind. I'll just put it that way. It will blow your mind. All right. So now I was going to look for Dana's channel. And yeah, cleaning videos are always trending. Bitty Boo Brown, which I know is now Dana's homestead. Bitty Boo's Homestead Decor and More is now what it's called. So let me, I just want to try to get to your channel, Dana. So Bitty Boo Brown changed her channel's title to Bitty Boo's Homestead Decor and More. Cindy said, could somebody please explain the popularity of cleaning videos? Well, because it's something we all have to do. And I love watching other people clean their homes because it gives me motivation to clean mine. Or I might get new ideas. I might get new ideas for different products. I don't know. It's just a thing. Right now, people love it. So now, Dana, I'm looking at your channel and I can see where you have started to grow some subscribers over the last few days. Yeah. And so what is your new series, Dana? Oh, week 2, food storage. Why should I prepare heating with wood? Should I prepare week 1? So it looks like you're doing a new food prep. Yes, Liz, I did get your email. At least I thought I already talked about that. I got your email and I thanked you for that. So now, why be prepared? Oh, why be prepared? That's what that says. Should I prepare week 1, $5 prep? Okay. So yeah, that's very interesting. And you know, Dana, there is a whole community of preppers out there. And food storage and prepping and all that kind of stuff. And prices are expected to go crazy because of this new tariff and all that kind of stuff that our president instituted. So like people are expecting celery to go up like $5 and $10 and all of that. So Gleason says she's a secret prepper too. Well, then you and Dana and then the ladies over at Sutton Days and then Mary probably should get together. Mary's not a prepper, but she has a lot of friends who are there that are in that traditional food and cooking circle. So you guys are certainly, and yeah, not just a shortage of food. All right, so those are some things to think about. So, but anyway, so yeah, Dana said she's getting more subscribers with her new series. So, okay, you'll have to let us know how that continues to work. And who knows, there could be some ladies here that might try to join you. I tried trying to plan ahead for a little bit, and I was stocking up on tuna, and I finally had to dig it out so my husband could eat it. So we'll see there. But okay, so there's that. All right, so was there any other comments you guys wanted to make about the vidIQ video? Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and start looking at the Sunny Lenarduzzi video. And I have to tell you, that one I also found was quite interesting. So one of her videos, the first one, was how to script your YouTube videos for high engagement. Now, we were looking at Salma Jaffrey a few weeks ago, and even last week, I think we looked at a couple of her videos, and that's S-A-L-M-A, Salma, J-A-F-R-I, Jaffrey. And she talked about scripting your videos, having a structure for your videos, a beginning, a hook, an intro, and then your content, and then your closing, that kind of thing. And then when Sunny talked about her video today, she talked about some similar things. She just phrased them a little bit differently. So we've been looking at several videos that are talking about the same thing, but it's phrased a little differently. And why do we need that? Because it takes different ways of teaching for people to get it. So what someone can't get from Salma, they might say, oh, I get it when Sunny talks about it. So And I'm finding that I'm really kind of liking the ladies a little bit more. You guys tell me in the comment section below if you like the approach that the ladies are taking with YouTube tips and strategies compared to some of the men that we've listened to. Tell me that in the comment section below. I find that I like their approach. Not that they're softer or anything like that, but it just seems to appeal to me a little bit better. So drop me a comment. Let me know, like what do you think about that? And while you guys are typing, as Kenya said, sometimes it takes a while to get that message in there. I'll go ahead with the next point. So Gleason said she finds the women more relatable, and I do too. Sometimes I think the guys are just so edgy, particularly Nick Nimmin is very edgy, but his information is stellar. I mean, it's right on target, but it is a little edgy. And yes, the guys are quite techie. They talk so much about being technical. And Foxy4 is something like that said, I'm new here and I would love to participate. Jump in. When I ask a question, just jump right in. You don't have to wait for permission to speak. And if you got a question, ask. And like I said, sometimes the messages come up and they're gone so quickly that I don't get a chance to see them. So ladies, we've got some new people on tonight. Someone named Foxy something or another. And I missed that and I'm sorry about that. So please welcome them. And then iStyle says she likes the ladies' approach too. And Ordine, it's been a while since we've seen you, and it's always good to have you here with us as well. So Foxy, feel free to jump in, just make a comment. And for the people that are new here, like we're talking about just different things, that videos that we're assigned to look at. If you've not seen those videos, it's okay. They're in the description box. And then you can look at them later. But if something resonates or you have a question, just jump in with your comment because you should be able to get some good value out of what we're talking about tonight too. So yeah. So what I was talking about with Sonny Lenarduzzi, and like I said, guys, is that when I look at my notes and then I look away, sometimes I miss the comments that are like down there in the corner. It's like I can't look at both places at one time. So I'm trying to stay focused right now. So, all right. So she talked about hooking your viewers from the very start. Now I know several of you saw her video and several of you have not had the opportunity to look at that just yet. But one of the things that she did was, she said, how would you like to have 39,000 subscribers like I've got? And then she pointed to her screen where she had, you could see she had not 39,000 subscribers, 39,000 comments. And she pointed to her screen where you could see on her screen that she had 39,000 comments. So that was a hook. And we had talked a few weeks ago about how to start your video, and then you had to start with a hook. And your hook either could be a question, which she asked a question, a bold statement, some kind of fact or statistic, or a story. And so I thought it was interesting that she started out this one with a question, but her way of getting our attention was like pointing to her screen and took you right in to see it, that she had 39,000 comments. I would love to get 39,000 comments on one video. So that was her hook to kind of get us in. And then she talked about her format was, she called it a hot intro. And yes, we know that intro and outro is a real word that is used in YouTube land and to do with videos and that kind of thing. But she calls it a hot intro. HOT is an acronym standing for hook, outcome, testimonial, and then intro. So the hook was, do you want to get 39,000 comments? The outcome, again, was going to be, that you're going to get these comments. And then the testimonial is a little bit of authority about yourself. So when I say, Like today when I did my blueberry muffin video, and I'm like, it's National Blueberry Day, and when life gives you blueberries, make muffins. That would have been my hook, and that would have been like a story. And then when I go into, in case you're new to my channel, I'm Denise Jordan and I teach women, blah, 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 blah. That's kind of like my testimonial. It's my authoritative line to let you know who I am and what I do and why you should consider listening to me at all. And I thought I better start adding in on that, and also on Sunday and Monday, we talk about YouTube strategy. Otherwise, people are going to be like, well, wait, she does cooking and cleaning and laundry. So what's she doing talking about YouTube? So I thought I better tweak that a little bit, as well as I better tweak my about page. So I realized I need to do that. So I'm going to take care of that this week. Because as you make some changes, then those are some things that you need to do. And then you get into your intro. So she talked about starting out with something to get the viewer's attention. So Gleesa said she needs to come up with a new intro. She said she's just blah, or rather a new testimonial. And Gleesa, you make a lot of different things. You are very crafty. I've not seen a crafter that is versed in so many different areas of crafting as you are. So I could see where you could certainly come up with something that's quite interesting. So, but anyway, one of the things that she said was that you could start out with something to get their attention immediately, or start out with the hottest piece of your video and then kind of work backwards. What do you guys think about that? How do you think that would work? Like when I was working on my blueberry muffins, for example, I thought, well, what if I started the video out and I'm eating a muffin and talking about how good they were, and then say, oh, it's blueberry day. What do you guys think about that? I don't know. I've not been able to sort that out. So what are your thoughts about if you were able to like start like in the middle or start at the end? You've got your end product done, because by the time you've created the video, you've got the whole thing done. So what are your thoughts about that? Like if you start out with the end. So like, for example, if we're doing a tablescape and you start out and you show the tablescape. This is my Father's Day tablescape, and here it is. And I'm really excited about it, and blah, 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 blah. And then go into what you were in a challenge for, or what it's for, and who and why and what. And then show the actual construction of the tablescape. What are your thoughts about that? Where you kind of start with the end and then work backwards in the video. I thought I would like to try that with my muffin video, but I was just a little, I guess, scared to do it. So I just, did things the tried and true way. But have any of you tried to do a video with the reverse in mind? So Shelly says that she thinks that may only work with certain types of videos. And Foxy, you're on. What do you think? You said you want to participate. What do you think? So Ruth thinks that she thinks that'll make people interested to see how it turned out. And that's the whole idea, is that it would do what you feel comfortable. She agrees with Gleesa that it might be learning too much. Ordine said she hasn't tried that. So I get it. I don't know. Hey V, it's good to have you with us as well. We're talking about reversing our videos. So starting out with the end in mind. So for example, when I did my muffin video, if I had started out, so now hashtag Catholic said if they show the completed craft at the beginning, then she skips it because she figures she can figure out how they did it. Now that's interesting. That's very interesting. So now the More Girl starts her video with what it's all about, and then she goes back and shows you how you do it. I'm going to look up the More Girl. Tell me that title again. Oh, maybe show getting the ingredients out and mixing some things together. Okay, that's a thought. Okay, I like that idea of maybe show me getting out some mixing. Kind of like, now when you say that, make me think of Mr. Rogers and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. When his show comes on, you see him putting on his sweater and doing this and doing that and getting ready to go into the kitchen or wherever to, greet you and welcome you in as their neighbor or like, hi neighbor, and he's putting on his sweater, that kind of thing. I thought about it, but I chickened out. So I'll think about that the next time. Oh, if you're organizing, start with the finished product first, or if it's a cooking video, show the delicious recipe first. Okay, so More Girl, I got it. I'm going to look her up tonight. So yeah, I guess it does depend. How many of you are willing to consider trying a different way to introduce your video? Let's talk about that. How many of you are willing to consider trying something new to introduce your video? And Foxy, if you're still here. Okay, so Cheryl's going to try that in a collab video. So Ordine said she's willing to give it a try. Okay. Gina's going to try it. Liz is going to try it. Okay, I'm going to try it too. I'm going to try it too. I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to mix up my intro just a little bit. So Sylvia, what we're talking about is when Sonny Lenarduzzi talked about, maybe doing a reverse engineering of your video and start with the end in mind or doing something different. So good night, Shelly. I'm so glad you joined us tonight. And Dana's going to think about it. Because now keep in mind that this one tactic may not be for everybody. We'll just have to see how it works. Because remember, our goal is to level up 1% with each video. So we'll just have to see what works for you. So, okay. So there's that. The other thing, I thought she gave like 6 tips. So she gave like 6 tips on how to, get your videos, to script your videos. The first one was the hook, the hot intro. And the other thing she talked about was energy. So Ruth said she'll try it if she remembers it. So now let me ask you guys this, since Ruth, that was a very interesting segue for me. I wasn't going to bring this up until later, but let's do it now. And that is, how many of you actually plan a script? The Susan channel, couldn't find her. When you say the Susan channel, do you mean the Sunny channel? The one we're talking about now, Sonny Lenarduzzi? Or did you mean Salma Jeffrey? Sunny, okay. The Sonny Lenarduzzi's channel and her videos are linked in the description box for this live stream. Because I populated the video, I populated the box with that early on. So it's linked in the description box right there so that you can see it. So you don't have to worry about that. And I just lost my train of thought. Oh, that's it. Script. Thank you, Dana, for bringing me back. So how many of you actually write a script? Now, I have a whole format that I use for my videos. So Liz says no script, but she has in mind what she wants to say. I actually will do a script for my videos for the most part. Sometimes it's more loose than others, and I'm trying to think where is one of my recent scripts. So Ruth says that she sort of does. She has the same format each time that she does it. And I know, for example, when I do Shout Out Sunday, I usually have the same format that I follow all the time too. And then, so Liz says she practices how she wants to say it. Let me grab my script. I think I've got my briefcase down here on the floor by me, and I think I've got a script in there. But I will script it for the most part. But one of the problems that I find, if I script it too much, then I get nervous. But, you know, I will have a loose script that has the format of what I want to cover. So let me find that. And I got the script that I use from one of the courses that I take. So Gleason said she just hits record. Well, this is the thing. When you script it, then you can plan. If you want to reverse engineer it, you can do that. Yeah, and you know, Selma Jaffrey talked about doing a script, and she had one that you could download that showed you how she scripted her videos, the structure. So the script that I use is this one. No, I didn't say read it, but I said script it. So for example, if you script it out, practice it a couple of times, then you kind of know what it is you want to talk about. So Thrifting Grandma says she doesn't use a script. Well, like I will do a script. So for example, like here's a script that I did for something. I'm not sure which one of my videos it was, but this one was for, the Blackberry Cobbler. So I'll put the title on the script, and then I'll write the hook, like whatever the hook is going to be. I figured it out and I practiced it and I've set it. So then I'll put my hook. So here's my title. Here's my hook that I plan to say right there. And then I'll put my intro, which, you know, you guys know what my intro is. I say the same intro all the time. And then you have your content, whatever the content's going to be. But yeah, I'm saying you don't want to read it. You just want to kind of have that loose format. And then I'll even put like bullet points, different things like that I want to make sure that I cover. Well, Dana, you says the scripting takes the fun out of it. Well, it could, but here's the thing. If you have to redo that video 10 times, how much fun is that? I will do a video and look foolish. So I will write the script ahead of time. And see, the other thing is when you write the script, you've already done the research so that you know. I don't use a teleprompter, but I did just buy one. I haven't taken it out of the box yet, but I did just buy one. And so I'm excited about using it because when I put together my digital course, I want to be able for it to be flawless or seamless. So I've got that. And yes, Ruth, the script helps you not to forget something. And so then I'll even put in like a question that I want to ask. So here's a question that I want to ask. And because sometimes one of the things that I forget to do. So then Dana says she doesn't redo it. She just says brain fart and keeps it moving. You know, and that can work. And then I'll put in whatever closing I'm going to say, which is usually the same thing. And then I put my sting in, and then I'll put in my end slide or whatever. So I'll put in, and like for this one, I even put in 2 questions. So I write the script so that I know what I'm going to talk about, so that I've done the keyword research and I've got that in my title. And remember too, YouTube is listening to your video. So if you actually save those keywords in your description or in your content and in your intro, that helps you with search. And then sometimes I'll even write down what are some of the keyword phrases or tags that I want to use when I upload the video. So I try to be organized, and I think that just comes from, you know, being a nursing instructor. I had to be organized to give a comment. And then Living Better Rucker just joined us. So yeah, I got a teleprompter, and I have to tell you, Diva, I just ordered it. Like I said, I haven't tried it yet, but it was about $150. And I looked at some other ones, and it was the least expensive. And I had Mickey look at it because Max really knows about a lot of those things. She doesn't apply a lot of it on YouTube, and she hasn't been feeling very well lately. So she hasn't been on YouTube at all, but she knows about a lot of stuff. So she helped me choose it. And so I'm really excited to use it. And the biggest thing is I got it because I wanted to use it when I do my digital course. I wanted to be able to just talk and it just kind of just flow. So we'll see. But I'll send you, I'll put the link below that of where I got it. So if you guys want to take a look at it, you can. So we'll see. Like I said, I haven't opened it other than I opened it up. I'm like, wow, this finally came. And then I closed it because I was afraid to like mess with it yet. Like I'll get a real techie thing like that. And it may take me a couple of weeks to build up my courage to go and like actually fiddle with it. So that's something you guys didn't know about me. But yeah, I might take a couple of weeks before I get the courage to go and fiddle with it. So I'm looking forward to using it. And since I've mentioned it, my digital course that I'm working on is a digital course on how to do product reviews. And I've got a checklist, a product reviews checklist that I'm offering that's free. Yeah, if you use the teleprompter right, you're not supposed to know that's what you're using. So I've got like I said, I've got a checklist that I think is good to use when you're doing a product review. And if you guys want to take an early look at that, if you send me your email, like if you email me, I will send it to you because it's not like I don't have the whole course and everything ready yet. I'm hoping in a few weeks the course will be ready and then I can offer it. I can launch it. You know what, Ordine, thank you, but it's work and it's not done yet. You know, it's like I'm still working at it. And I probably wouldn't even have talked about it yet if Mary hadn't let the cat out of the bag last week when she was talking about hers. And I'm like, you know, like I'm 6 years old. Like when she started talking about her cooking course, I'm like, well, I've got a course too. And it was like, well, Denise, you hadn't planned to like blurt that out just yet. But now that it's out, I feel good talking about it. I think I was just a little nervous. I don't know. So I'm excited about that. So if you guys are interested in looking at the checklist as like a first look, as being part of the Sister Circle, if you email me and ask for it, I'll email it to you. So that way you can have it if you were going to try to do a product review yourself. You can have the checklist to work with. So there's that. So, but yes, so I script my videos. Now, it depends upon what I'm doing. Like today, I worked on the videos for the Thriftmas in July and Christmas in July and all that kind of stuff. And I went out today and I did the shopping. Thank you, Gina. I appreciate that. I did the shopping for 4 collaborations today. And then I did the filming for 4 collaborations. So this is like one video up, but I did the filming for 4 of those. And I did not do, like I didn't write a script, but I knew the format because I've used that format enough that I didn't need to write it out. And it just kind of flowed. So, I mean, there was a couple of times I had to repeat a couple of things, but for the most part, it was simple enough that it just flowed. So I have them in the can now. Haven't done anything with editing, but they're in the can and I can work on them the rest of the week and sometimes into the weekend so I can get them ready because, I'm trying to work ahead because like, you know, when I have my procedure that I need to be able to see that. So thank you, Andrea. Thanks all of you guys for your congratulations. I appreciate it, but you know, it's not out yet. So I don't want them to be premature. We'll see once it's done and it's out there. But I'm really kind of excited about it. So there's that. So one of the things though that we're talking about too, in addition to trying to batch shoot your videos, and I tried that today, and this is the second time that I've tried batch shooting. And I found that it really is helpful. So now what do I mean by batch? B-A-T-C-H, batch shooting or batch filming. It's like filming 2, 3, or 4 videos at one time. It's like if you're going to do a cooking video, you got the kitchen clean, you got your apron on, try to make at least 2, and the hubby's gone. try to get at least 2 cooking videos done, so that you've got those in the can. And when I'm saying the can, in case you guys are wondering, like, what does she mean by in the can? Well, back in the old days when they used old film, you know, you took the film out of those little tubes or those little cans, and it unrolled, and they roll it back up and they would put it in. That's called putting it in the can. So if it's in the can, it's like shot, and now it's in the little container that it came out of. Or those big reel-to-reel films, you know, you see them on TV and things like that. Once they're done with it, they put them inside, and they put them in a little thing like that, and it's called a container or a can. So I did those. So I got those done. At least I got them shot. They're not edited, but I got them shot. And so I'm finding that to be helpful. Hot flash coming on here. You guys probably saw me getting all shiny. I don't think this room, the air conditioning doesn't seem to be as good in this room. So yeah, so how many of you try batch recording? How many of you have tried that? Oh, what kind of camera do I have? I have, right now I'm using the Canon M50, and I'm still learning it. I've had it for about 6 months. As you heard me say earlier, I just paid it off. So I've had it for about 6 months. When I batch shoot the videos, what I do is I will shoot them. Like, for example, I shot the videos today for the Merry Thriftmas Haul number 3, for the Thriftmas in July with Nesting Haven, for the Thrifted to Gifted for Rita Renee, and the a Christmas haul for Cheryl's Place and Becky at Painting the Roses Red. So I shot those 4 today and set them aside. You know, they're in the can. And I know what dates those need to come out. So now I need to look at what day am I going to edit. So since I knew my husband was going to go fishing today and he would be out most of the day, I had a very early appointment. So I thought once I get my appointment done, then I will leave the appointment and I will plan to go and do the shopping. So it was like I went to like 3 different shops to get those shopping done. And then so I've got the 4 videos done, and I changed my shirt 3 times. I wore the same like Christmas hat in 2 of them, but I changed my shirt 3 times. And this time, you know, I put on a red lipstick, and I had on an orange shirt at first. I thought, oh, you shouldn't have put on the red lipstick with the orange shirt. But then I thought, well, the red lipstick is fairly neutral. And I just thought I'm just going to have to roll with it. So then I shot one in the orange shirt with the hat and then switch it over. No, they're not scheduled to go out yet. I do know how to do that. So yeah, I know how to deploy that. That's not a problem. I can do that. So now the big thing is getting them edited so that I can deploy them, because it doesn't do any good to try to deploy them if they're not edited. So yeah. Oh, so Cheryl said she's going to start doing batch shooting. Yeah, you can get overwhelmed. And yeah, I did. I went up in the attic. This is kind of funny, but I went up in the attic because I wanted to find the Christmas hat. So I'm up in the attic and I'm digging around in the Christmas stuff, and I'm trying to find the bag of hats. And luckily my husband he likes to use those real big blue Glad bags. You know, they're like big size, and you can put all kind of stuff in them, and then you store them like that. Well, I could see the hats and some of the other soft things from Christmas. And so I got up there. Yeah. Cindy, I think I know what you're asking, but I could see the hats up there. And so I got it down, and then I wore the hat in 3 of the Merry Thriftmas videos. But now for the Gifted to Thrifted, I didn't wear the hat in that, but I did change shirts and that kind of thing. For those of you that are wondering, how do you schedule a video? So when you upload your video, there's an option on YouTube where you can do that, where it'll say public, or whether it'll say private. So yeah, wear your Christmas hat, but it'll say private. And when you click on that private button, and in case you don't know this, whenever you upload a video, your default setting before you upload your video should be private. Should always be private until you make it public. And then once the video is uploaded, then you have a choice. It says private, and you click on the drop down arrow, and it will give you the option to publish, to schedule. And if you publish, it's deployed right away. If you schedule, you can schedule it anywhere from 1 day to 30 days in advance. I don't know if you can schedule more than 30 days in advance because I've not tried that. You might be able to, but you can set it so that it deploys automatically. And then you can also choose to do a premiere. Now, what is a premiere? A premiere is sort of like a live stream, but not exactly. Like we're doing a live stream right now. You can see me. I can't see you, but I can see your comments. On a premiere, the video is playing, and I'm looking at the video, and you're looking at the video, and we can like chat back and forth to each other. And it's not as hard on me because I'm looking at the video instead of trying to look here and look there and do all of that. And then someone was asking, what about the Thriftmas in July? Well, there are 4 challenges or collaborations that are available that you can participate in. And I will put that information in the description box for yesterday's video yesterday. I'm not able to do that. Like when we do our shout out Sunday, I just can't get the notes treated in such a way to get them uploaded on Sunday and get the tags and those kinds of things in. So I usually do that on Monday night, or rather, yeah, on Monday night after tonight's show if we're not on too long. If we're on too long, then I have to wait and do it on Tuesday. How do you change the default setting because yours always says public? You do that in your advanced settings. So yeah, you have to do that in your advanced setting where you set up your YouTube channel. So go into your dashboard in your dashboard in your YouTube video and find where it says settings and change that to private. So bye, Dana. So there's 4 challenges on Secondhand Tracy Ann's channel. And the first one dropped yesterday, so the next 3 are coming up, and they are on Sunday, July 14th, Sunday, July 21st, and Sunday, July 28th. So that's Secondhand Tracy Ann's, and hers is Merry Thriftmas in July on the Hunt Hall 1, 2, 3, and 4. There is also Nesting Haven's 2nd annual Thriftmas in July, and it drops on Sunday, July 14th. And this is her 2nd annual one. And then our own Miss Cheryl's Place and Becky at Painting the Roses Red is hosting a Christmas in July, and theirs drop on July 25th. And then Rita Renee, who's on with us today, is hosting a Gifted to Thrifted, where you go out and you Thrifted to Gifted. You go out thrift shopping, you find something that you want to buy or thrift for someone from a thrift store, and then you use it as a gift. So that's what those are. And I will be putting that information in the description box for the Shout Out Sunday. Not for this video, because that goes under the Shout Out Sunday content. So there's that. So I think we're getting, well, I won't say we're getting off track because the whole purpose of this Monday is for us to ask questions and grow. And if we're getting questions asked and answered, then that's good. And Foxy, now, if you're still on, please, if you have a question, jump in and ask it. Because you see how we do. We ask questions and sometimes I get distracted. I'll look at an answer or a question and I'll answer that and come back and forth. So, and Stephanie, is Stephanie from Creative Ms. Me on, or Stephanie from Okie Mom Life? I missed which Stephanie that is. We've got a couple of them that are in here. All right, so we were talking about YouTube videos and how to start. One of the things that Sunny mentioned in her how to script your videos was energy. And let me just bring that to everyone's attention. You do want to make sure you use high energy. So if you talk in a monotone and your voice is real low, it's not as engaging if you're more excited. And so think about that. I remember when I first started my YouTube channel, my granddaughter, who is now 15, she said, now, Grandma, you're going to have to act real excited. You're going to have to be real enthusiastic. So I'm like, okay, I think I can do that. So, oh, there's Stephanie. So, hey, Stephanie, how you doing? So you want to make sure that you inject some energy into your meme, the way you present yourself, inject some energy. So one of the ways that she showed that was when she showed a whale or something. She said, hey, look at that. And I tried to do that with one of the videos when I was bat shooting today. And I put the hat on and I said, it's Thriftmas in July. A little bit more excited than I normally do. But I thought, okay, let me just kind of practice this and see how it works. So guys, practice it. And at first it may seem a little odd, but the more you practice doing that, getting a little bit more energy out there, that will help. And then it'll become more natural too, the more you do it. So that was one of the things that she said was to inject some energy. Because of course, interject means talking, but to inject some energy. And then ask for what you want. She mentioned that. So one of the things that we do at the beginning of the video, after you let them know where they are and what they're there for, you ask them to subscribe. How many of you feel comfortable doing that? Or are some of you still uncomfortable asking people to subscribe? You've got to do that. It's not, spammy for you to do that. Oh, so Liz is going to do her earthquake video in the next day or so. So Cindy said one of her daughters said that her voice is soft and she needs to talk louder. Ordine says she's still uncomfortable. You know what? What you guys need to do is practice. Yeah, you need to practice. Just practice. And, practice in the mirror. And like sometimes when I'm getting ready to do a video, one of the things that I'll do is like while I'm putting on my face, because I try to put on a face for most videos. Now, you guys got a face today because I was doing videos earlier. But you guys know that when I'm doing Shout Out Sunday or YouTube Monday, I may put on a face and I may not. I will comb my hair, as my mother reminds me, Denise, please comb your hair. So I will comb my hair. And I'll usually put on lipstick. But I may not put on a face because, well, I just may not get around to it. But I feel like I do need to do that for most videos. Now, if it's a gardening video, I may not put on a face. Because if I'm outside and I'm stinky and I'm sweating, I got dirt everywhere, I'm like, what's the point? But I think I'm digressing. So what am I doing? What am I supposed to be talking about? But we're talking about asking for the ask. Liz, you say you don't like talking loud, and I get that. My husband has a very soft voice too, and he doesn't like talking loud. But this is the thing. You want your people to be able to hear you. So if you're not going to talk very loud, then make sure your volume, if at all possible, is turned up as high as possible. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll just kind of reach over and I'll turn the volume up on my desktop if I'm listening, but just practice and play it back. And it depends upon what it is you're talking about too. Like I loved your chat video when you were talking about your weight loss and all that kind of thing. But practice. When I'm putting on my face, I'll be in the mirror and I'll say, so in this video, and like, this is the mirror and I'm combing my hair or I'm doing my eyebrows or whatever. And I'll say, in today's video, we are making healthy blueberry muffins and blah, 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 blah. And maybe I'll say it over and over again so that I've got that intro down. And, I might need to kind of get my notes out, take a look at it. And then I'll put them back down and I'll go back to kind of putting on the mascara or whatever I'm doing. But I practice it so that I can have the intro the way I want to. And then, once you get comfortable, you can just get comfortable and chat. Because like I said, I loved your chat. And it was a chat. And it's okay to kind of be kind of soft, that kind of thing. Oh, if you're asking for the subscription, you can do both. Now, Ruth has this really neat thing. She's pretty good with her editing. She will ask for people to subscribe, but she's also got like a little thing that pops up that says subscribe, and then a little bell will pop up and then it'll like ring. I'm like, how does she do that? But it's like, you can do that. You can put it on the screen, but you need to ask. They need to hear you ask. And one of the things that I have learned is that I think that, as Sunny pointed out, and as Heather always says, is that we can't assume that people know how to subscribe. They don't know what you know. And you may think that you don't know anything at all. But trust me, you know a lot. Compared to people that only go on YouTube occasionally and all they do is look at videos. So you need to ask them to subscribe. And yeah, so you found that on Google. It is really cute, that little bell. So I'm Denise Jordan, and I teach women to make wise home health and beauty decisions. So if you want to learn more about running a household, start now by hitting that subscribe button and tap that little bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. You've got to ask. You've got to ask. And you want to ask early. And you want to ask again at the end of your video, because in case they didn't hit that bell and subscribe button in the beginning, then you want them to come and do it at the end. And while I'm thinking about it, there's 21 of you guys on, and I'm asking for a thumbs up from each of you so that I can have 21 thumbs up. And yeah, as Ruth says, even all the big YouTubers still ask. They ask at the beginning and they ask again at the end. So you need to ask, otherwise they don't know that you want them to join your family. So you want to do that. So ask for what you want is what she says do. I'm glad we're having this conversation. And practice asking. So now, Liz, you say you don't want them listening. Tell me what you mean. Like you don't want your husband and your son listening while you're talking on your video. Girl, you got over 1,000 subscribers. You've been on YouTube for a minute. I would have thought that you wouldn't care about your hubby and your son hearing you right now. Now, I will tell you this, though. If I'm doing a video and I try to not be too intrusive of my husband, that's one of the reasons why I'm starting to do my live streams up here in my office instead of downstairs in the kitchen. Because if he's in the family room watching TV, and then I say, okay, honey, I'm about to start, can you mute the TV or turn it down? So he's got to either put earplugs in or you hear like ESPN in the background. So it's working out better up here. So that doesn't bother me. But if I am doing a video and I'm trying to get things done before he comes downstairs for the day, or maybe he's out in the garage and he's doing some work, then I'll be working on something. And then if he comes in, I lose my train of thought. And he'll be like, okay, just go ahead. I'm like, I lost my train of thought. I can't remember. And then I have to start over. So yeah, those are things you just have to think about. But Liz, the thing about your husband and your son, they're your biggest supporters. They love you more than we do. They want you to do well. So practice it. And you know what? Practice it and ask them to help you practice. So get in front of that mirror and say whatever it is that you say. You start talking about it. And then, ask them, say, honey, what do you think? Do I need to be a little louder? Or and most of the time your husband and your son will say, oh, you were wonderful, because they're like your mom. They like everything you do, just about. So yeah. So now Cheryl said she'll let people know she's recording so she's not interrupted. Girl, I was talking to my sister Mickey tonight, and I said, she asked if my husband had gone fishing, and I'm like, yes, I'm trying to get as much work done as I can. Because he will sit in the family room if I'm in the kitchen, and he will turn the TV down, but you can hear just a little bit of a noise in the background of ESPN or something. And I'm aware that he's in there and that I'm kind of, interrupting his space. So I'm aware of that. So, it can be like you're conscientious about the fact that you could be interrupting your other family member's space. And he'll try to be quiet. Next thing I know, I hear a big sneeze, or he'll blow his nose, or he'll go out in the garage to grab a beer and you hear the big door open and screen close. So I'm trying to be more cognizant of that and just to kind of not do it when he's around. Yeah, now see, that was something that I had just told Liz. Cheryl, you were saying that you don't talk very loud either. Yeah, so voiceovers can work. And then, like you said, you can turn it up with your volume adjustment on your editing. And Liz, you were saying your husband's respectful when you're filming. Well, my husband thinks he's being respectful. He says, well, I'm quiet. What? Can I breathe? But like I said, you hear a cough or you hear a sneeze or, whatever. It's like you hear something in the background, or you'll look up, he'll go walking by over to the sink to get some water or something like that. So you just have to work out what's best for you. And I think part of my concern is that I was filming a lot. And he said, you do a show every day. I'm like, no, honey, I don't do a show every day. He said, well, you were just doing a show. Well, what he sees as a show, when I do shows on Sunday and Monday, and then if I'm filming something that I'm cooking in the kitchen, well, he counts that as a show. Or maybe, I don't know, if I was going to do a Thriftmas or something, and he'll count that as a show. Because I said, well, honey, can you turn the TV down? So, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely real life. Now, the question someone asked was, how do you adjust the volume? I can't answer that. That is different on everybody's software. So, like, I have Adobe Premiere, and I've learned how to, like, I had to Google it, but I learned how to adjust the volume in Adobe Premiere. If you use iMovie or if you use some other software, there is a mechanism to do that. You just have to find out what it is. So, and I'm not sure what people are using, but you can always Google that question. Like if you just type in how to reduce the volume with Filmora, how do you reduce the volume with Adobe Premiere, there will be something that comes up to show you how to do that. And if you guys use Adobe Premiere, I just learned there's a new, well, she's not new, I just learned about her. There is a woman called Premier Gal, I believe, either Premier Gal or Premier Girl. And her whole channel is about how to teach people how to use Adobe Premiere. Now, Roberto Blake uses Adobe Premiere, but I cannot follow Roberto. He goes so doggone fast, I can rewind him 10 times and I still can't follow him. Oh, good night, Cindy. Well, I'm glad you thought we were having some good conversation. And hey, Tina, glad you were able to join us tonight, too. I don't think I greeted you just yet. But, oh, if your music is too loud, you've got to work that out. Because I had a viewer tell me that the music was too loud. She says, I couldn't even watch the video. And then my son, who is in film, was sitting down with me looking at one of my videos. He said, your music's too loud. And I'm like, well, I don't know how to turn it down. But I learned. So you will have to just, Google whatever software you're using and say, how do you adjust the volume? Like, how do you turn the volume down? Because you got to fix that. Because like I said, the music was so loud People said they couldn't stand listening to it, so I had to re-edit it and take the music out because I didn't know how to turn the music down. And every now and then, I've got like a little jingle that I play at the very end of my videos. Every now and then, I forget to lower the volume on that one, and I can tell. It's not super bad because it's not all the way through the video, and it's only at the very end. But yeah. So good night, Cindy. So iMovie, you can detach sound from video and adjust it. You shouldn't even have to detach the sound to adjust it. There should be a mechanism on iMovie that just helps you lower the volume. Usually, well, I know on Adobe Premiere, like let's say if this was Adobe Premiere, and let's say this is the 2 lines of the video that I'm looking at, and usually your top line is the video, and then this line is your audio. And then in the middle of the audio, there'll be like another line. And there might be some little icons or something over here that you have to click on. And then you put it over there back on the audio line and just kind of grab that line and pull it down. That usually will lower the volume for that section. So the only thing I can suggest, since everyone uses a different software, is to Google it. So let's say if I Googled how to lower the volume in and see, it pops up, how to lower the volume in iMovie. So someone's been searching for that already. So they have had some people searching for that. So it says change volume in a clip on the timeline. So it shows you how to do it. So drag the volume control line across the audio waveform up or down. So yeah, just like I thought, you just drag it up or down. So it shows you how to do that. And someone else just gave some really good advice too for Liz and Cindy, that if you feel like you speak in a soft voice, turn the volume up in the editing phase before you render your video too, and that's helpful as well. Because I had to do that in my muffin video. I had added something and it was not out of sequence, but I didn't do it on camera, so I had to talk about it after. It was like a voiceover, and the voiceover piece was a little bit louder, so I had to go in and lower the volume for just that one little segment because it was definitely kind of out of sync with the rest of my voice. So that's doable. So, and it's telling me how to do that. And so now this was on iMovie. So let me try Filmora, because I know some of you guys use that. I'm not sure what that is, but how to adjust the volume in Filmora. It's right on there. And it shows you how to do it. So yeah, whatever it is you're using, if you just search for it, go in your search bar on Google and how to adjust the volume in whatever software program you're using, and it'll tell you how to do it. And you might have to look at it a couple times. And right now what I'm looking at, these are Word documents. I don't see videos yet. This is all Word documents, but if you look toward the bottom, they've got a couple of videos, well, 3 videos that pop up. Quick and easy audio editing in Filmora. How to edit audio for your video, fade out, fade in voiceover, and this is Filmora. So you can find ways to do that. Okay, so there's that. So we talked about the ask. So Liz is driving. And then she talked about just making sure that your content is good. And are you guys having any trouble coming up with content ideas? Where are you going, Liz? You on your way home from somewhere or what? And the other thing that she mentioned as far as getting engagement is to ask a question in the middle. So at the beginning of the video, you ask them to subscribe. But maybe in the middle of the video, you ask something about the video. And one of the things that Sunny does is, if you like this content, or if you agree with this, write boss or something like that, because she calls her YouTube subscribers bosses, because they're going to like manage and handle things like a boss. So she will ask a question in the middle, and I thought that was kind of interesting how she also, at the end of her videos, how she will pose for her viewers. Like, and then they capture a picture, and then they post that picture of her on their Instagram or Pinterest or whatever. Excuse me, guys, for being so indelicate, but couldn't help it. But it helps to engage them, because, of course, they're getting the picture and they're showing their friends on their different social media platforms what they're listening to. But does that not promote her as well? I'm like, girlfriend got some strategies there. And I thought, can you see yourself doing something like that? And well, this is my other question was, who does that work for? Now, she's doing a tutorial, or not necessarily a tutorial, but an educational video. So she's talking to her viewers, educating them on a particular topic. Now, I could possibly see myself at the end of a Shout Out Sunday or a YouTube Monday in having posing like, and asking you guys, okay, capture the screenshot. Now share this on your social media about the great conversations we had and how much value we got out of Sunday and Monday. But I can't see myself doing that after I made muffins, and I'm just going to say, okay, here I am eating the muffin, take my picture. I don't think so. I don't know about that. It works for her. Now, Tina was saying that she does have trouble coming up with content. So Tina, tell us, what is your niche, first of all? What is your niche? What is it that you do? And guys, I have to wipe my nose. I'm going to lean away for a second. I wiped my nose on camera one day, and Mickey had a fit. Don't you wipe your nose on camera. Nobody wants to look up your nose. I'm like, sorry, But so Tina, what is your niche? So while Tina's typing in her niche, for those of you that feel like you don't like your voice or anything like that, or then you've got to be joking. But well, I might try it tonight. We'll see what happens. But if you feel like you don't like your voice, just practice, because this is the thing. This is the voice that you have. You have to work with the voice that God gave you. Now, the one thing we know about voices is that we can improve upon how much we project, that kind of thing. But our voice is our voice. So you can practice. And like I said, when you're looking at that beautiful face in the mirror, just practice. And then turn up the volume in your editing software if you need to do that. Okay, so Tina, your niche is home decor. So when you say home decor, what is it you like to do? So you like to decorate your home, family room, living room, that kind of thing. You like to show hauls. So, and there's just so much. We were talking a lot about that recently, but in home decor right now, we talked about the color of the year for 2019 is some kind of coral. And then the color of the year for 2020, the Pantone color of the year, is another kind of coral. So you could talk about those things in home decor. What are you thanking me for, Rucker? I must have missed something. What are you thanking me for? But anyway, you could consider that. And then the other thing is, look to see what are your other competitors doing. Now, just for a quick aside, because I see Cheryl said she hasn't tried a voiceover yet. Voiceovers can be very nice because, Cheryl, the thing with you, if you're doing a video that we're not looking at your face, but we're watching you do something and we see the side of you, or we see your face and you're not talking to us. Well, when you're doing a voiceover, you got the camera right here at your mouth. So you can do it right there. Okay. So Jane said she wants to do voiceovers, and she was saying that her voice is soft. So again, when you're doing a voiceover, you got the camera right here and you're looking at the screen. So you know, your video is up here. So I've got my, I'll point this way. So your video was, no. So your video was here. I'm looking at my desktop. It's like right over there. So I'm looking at the desktop and I might lean over and I might be hanging on to my camera like this or like this. And I've got it on. It's recording and I'm just talking. So I'm watching whatever it is I'm doing on the screen. So now I'm going to add my blueberries and I'm going to fold them in gently because I don't want to break them up. Then I kind of pause a little bit and said, I've already sprayed my. Okay. So you see how you can do voiceovers like that. So it really helps you because you get the camera closer to your mouth and it projects your voice. And if you're using your phone, the same thing, you know, you're just kind of, you have it right up at your face and you do your talking. And then you're going to separate the audio from the video. You're going to delete the video and just use what audio that you need. Now, Tina was asking, do you plan in advance what you're going to talk about? And yeah, we had a strategy session, about 3 or 4 months ago, where we took a day and we all kind of did it on one day, those of us that were available, and we planned out the strategy for our YouTube videos well in advance. And we looked at what content we might want to do. We kind of thought about what are the plans we have for the year. So one of the things that I do, for example, Tina, let's say when I do the shout out Sunday and I've got like 12 pages of notes for that, then I'll go through and I'll look at the dates for the different collaborations and I'll say, okay, which collaborations make sense for me to participate in? Which ones can I do? And so I'll look at those dates. And I've got like a notebook like this. And then I've also got another little pink calendar, which I just had. A calendar like this, and I will mark in the calendar, you know, what collaborations I'm going to participate in so that I will see, okay, so I've got this, this, and this coming up on these days. And then I'll think about, okay, so now if I'm going to participate in, let's say a Thriftmas in July. Well, how does that relate to my signature content? Well, it doesn't, but it does relate to home if I'm buying stuff that I can use for my home. So I might use that, but I also need to do some cooking, some cleaning, some laundry, or something related to health. So then sometimes what I'll try to do is plan, okay, so when am I going to get the cleaning video in? When am I going to do the cooking video? And not only do you need to plan when you're going to shoot it, you also have to plan when you're going to get the editing done. So that's something to think about as well. So you do need to try to plan ahead. And then if you plan out what you're going to do and when, you also want to try to plan your thumbnails ahead of time. I missed the last part of that. Something about if you've had a YouTube account for years. Well, it just depends upon what I got on here. It's just lots of different things that are on here. So. Oh, okay. You're welcome. She said she was thanking me for encouraging them about their voices. Yeah, so you're welcome. Not a problem. All right. So you guys are going to work on that. And then Tina, it sounds like you really are struggling with content. So one of the things that you can do is take a look at Google Trends. And people, the question there was about when you started your channel. Sometimes I think when you just sign up on YouTube, because you have to sign up to be able to access the videos and things, I think they count that as starting your channel. Because some people have said they weren't actually on YouTube all that time. I don't know about that. That there was something. So try to plan your content out, and then you can look at Google Trends, and it's googletrends.com. Actually, it might be trends.google.com, but they have something on there that you can look at, like what are the hot topics. You can put in like home decor. You can put in different things like that to kind of see what are some of the things that people are searching for in the home decor niche. Or you can set up competitors, and if you have the free version of vidIQ, you can set up 3 competitors and you can see what's trending on their channel. That it might be something that you might need to do on your channel. You can look at magazines and see what's trending. Like, how did I get the idea to do blueberry muffins? Well, I got an issue of Martha Stewart magazine popped up in my email, and I started looking at it and like, oh, blueberry bellinis is what they were showing. I think it was not bellinis, blintzes, those little like real skinny, tiny little pancakes. So I'm like, oh yeah, blueberries. So let me check that out. So then I checked out blueberries and I discovered, oh, it's blueberry month. And then there's a blueberry day and there's a blueberry muffin day. There's a pick blueberry day. So that's how I came up with that content. And it works for my series that I'm creating called Fruits of the Season. So that works out. And you can think about trying to think about doing at least a series of 3, Tina, and thinking about a playlist so that whatever content you come up with, they will be related. So when you put your playlist together, it can go one to the next and then to the next. So think about that. All right. Okay, so the other thing to think about, which we mentioned, was trying to remember to ask for something in the middle of the video to get engagement. So maybe something in the middle of the video, for example, maybe with my blueberry muffin one, and I don't remember what I asked, but I might say something like, so did your mom make blueberry muffins when you were a kid? Or did you ever go berry picking when you were a child? Tell me in the comment section below or something like that. Just something to get people engaged into thinking that kind of thing. And maybe they might say, no, I've never gone berry picking, but we used to pick apples in the fall. Just some kind of engagement, that kind of thing. And the other thing, the very last comment she made was ask them out. And in that one, she says, invite them somewhere else. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, that kind of thing. What are benefits of having a playlist? Oh my goodness, playlists are huge. And this is why. First of all, YouTube rewards watch time. They want people to stay on YouTube and watch and watch and watch as much as possible. So let's say I create my playlist, The Fruits of the Season. And right now I've got 3 videos in that playlist. So let's say you start out and the first one you watch is my raspberry lemonade. And you like it. You're like, wow, this raspberry lemonade looks delicious. And it was. So you decide, well, I wonder what else she's got. And so then, you just, and the playlist is automatic. So the next video in the playlist pops up and it's the blackberry cobbler I think. And so you watch the blackberry cobbler video and you think, gosh, that blackberry cobbler looks delicious. But now what's happened? Well, you watched one video that was maybe 12 minutes, and then you watched the next video that was maybe 6 or 7 minutes, and then you watch the blueberry muffin video. So the playlists keep you engaged with the content of the creator. So if you go through that, now you've watched 3 of my videos, that increases my watch time. Or let's say you're watching my Thanksgiving 101 series and you're watching the video, How to Cook a Turkey. And so then you watch how I cook my turkey. And then you say, well, I wonder how you take care of the turkey before you cook it. And so then you watch the video that I've got in there, like how Mickey brined the turkey. And then you say, well, you know what? I heard something about salmonella and poultry. Well, I've got a video in there that Martha Stewart posted about how to take care of the turkey before you get ready to cook it. So then you watch that one. So now you've watched 3 videos that I've got. So now you've left my channel and you're on the Martha Stewart site and you're watching her videos. So you watch something that she says, and then you watch another one of her videos, and then another one of her videos. But you're still engaged in YouTube, and then I get credit for all that watch time. Now, Thrifting Grandma just made a question and I missed the question. So if you could ask the question again, I'll try to address it. Oh, how do you upload your video to someone else's playlist using a phone? It should not be that difficult if you follow the process, because a phone is easier to upload to the playlist that I think than a tablet, because you can see everything with your mobile phone. You just follow the same steps. The hardest part that I find is that once I've clicked on the playlist and I'm in and it says you have permission to add your video to this playlist, there needs to be a little button over on the right that says add video. Sometimes that add video button is not there. Well, what I've learned is that sometimes if there's a lot of people trying to get into the playlist at the same time, and if you've got the slowest computer in the West like I've got, then it takes a while to get in. So sometimes I have to refresh that page until the add video button pops up. Once the add video button pops up, you click add video, and then you'll have the option of adding a URL with somebody else's video, or just clicking on one of your own, and then there shouldn't be a problem. Now, someone was asking, are you using Classic Creator or the Beta Studio? And I've been using, well, I use them both, as Ruth just said. When I get ready to upload a video, there's not a choice. When you click on the little button where it says upload video, like at the top, they've got that little, say if you're in YouTube and you click on that little projector and it says upload, so you click upload video, that automatically puts you into the Creator Classic mode. And when I come to that page, it says select files to upload, and it also says private, and it's got your privacy feature there. So if your default isn't already on private, when you come to this page, then you want to choose private, and then you go ahead and upload your video. Now, someone was just saying they don't know if they want to use Classic or Beta. Well, when you're uploading your video, it's Classic. And then once you upload the video, you choose the video that you want to upload. You know, you pick the video that you want to upload. Then you do whatever you're doing in there. Typically, you don't get into the new beta function. Yeah, typically you don't get into the new beta function until you're trying to edit it or something like that. Now, there is something in the dashboard where you can choose Creator Classic or the beta, which I just realized today that you could choose whether you want to do one or the other, because the beta still has a lot of features that are not there. Like you can't create a playlist or add to a playlist or do anything like that when you're in the beta one. You have to be in the Creator Classic. So yeah, you can use them both. And And you know, Thrift and Grandma, I'm thinking that you probably are using them both. Are you not? What are you doing? Which one are you in? Now, the interesting thing about the Beta Classic is that you've got some editing tools right there on YouTube, which I have not tried, but I feel like I need to. Well, I have tried them. When we did a shout out Sunday, something happened that the system collapsed. And when I was able to come back up, there was like maybe, oh, no, that wasn't it. It's when I was doing a live stream and we were doing some channel audits and I was showing some things from Salma Jaffrey's video or somebody's video that all of a sudden I was like, oh, I got somebody else's video streaming live. Okay. What video is not on the playlist? Was it in one of my collabs? Is there something that I need to add? Oh, you always edit through YouTube. I've only tried it once when I had to take off the end of a video and I couldn't figure out how to like get a clip out of the middle, but I could take the end off. So I was able to do that. I've got one video up that there's one little section in the middle that I would like to take out. And I did edit it and corrected it in the rendered version before I uploaded it. But then when I uploaded the wrong version. And I'm like, I can't mess with it now because I'm already getting traction on that video. You're not too old to be on YouTube. So Grandma says she's in Classic. Okay. I like Classic. Now they say there's some new features in the Beta Studio that's really good. And I guess the new features are some of the editing that you can do. That's kind of nice. But I like Classic because the Classic version has a video manager that you can use to do things that you need to do that the beta version doesn't have. So you have to come back to Classic so that you can use the video manager. But yeah, you are not too old. Heck, I'm on YouTube. There's folks older than us on YouTube. So no, you're not too old to be on YouTube. Okay, let's see. We're just chatting now. There's other stuff we need to be covering. All right, so now, content strategy. Oh, the fairy video, Lovers for Healthy Life. I'll look for that one. I think there were two I had to collect. And so I'll try to find that. All right, so now we were talking about content strategy, and that had to do with batching your videos. Has anyone ever tried to repurpose their videos where you try to do one piece of video content and create 2 or 3 or 4 different sections of something with that? I've not tried that. So has anyone tried that? So today, when I put up my muffin video, I did create an Instagram post and I posted that. And I posted it just before we jumped on. So I don't know how much traction it's getting because I'm finding that I'm not good at being able to use several different social media platforms. Whereas like Sunny probably does all of them, but then she's got a team behind her now where it's just me. I'm bootstrapping it, as they say. So I find it hard to be able to do more than one platform. Well, this is what she did, Gliza, and I figured it out. So, for example, what she did was, for example, we'll use my muffin video again. So I posted my muffin video today. And then this evening, I created a thumbnail for Instagram. Not a thumbnail, a graphic for Instagram. And it was the same like muffin with the little blueberries that I used on my thumbnail for my video, but I made it in the format for an Instagram post. And I said, when life gives you blueberries, make muffins. And then I made these really healthy blueberry muffins recipe in bio or link in bio to video or something like that. So now that's on Instagram. So people can go to Instagram and click on that and, look at it. And then if they click on the bio, then maybe they'll leave Instagram and go to YouTube and look at the video. So there's two forms of content. Now there's something called Instagram Story, which I have not figured out and have not tried, but my nieces are on Instagram Story. But so, yeah, it's for different platforms. So let's say for Instagram Story, which is like video, I took the video that I posted on YouTube and just took a snippet out of the video and posted it on the Instagram Story. So now that's a third piece of content. And then she says a week later, which I thought, oh, a whole week later. Now that's interesting, where she will reformat the video for Instagram TV and post the whole video on Instagram TV. So now it's been a week later. So the people that didn't see it on YouTube might catch it on Instagram. So now those people are looking at it, and those people are building her following on Instagram. And I'm not sure how that works or how that helps you, because it doesn't grow your email list, I don't think. But I don't know squat about Instagram. So there's that. And then maybe a week after that, she'll post it to Facebook. But now here's the thing. You cannot, well, I shouldn't say you cannot. You should not post a video on Facebook that you formatted for YouTube, or just like post it from YouTube to Facebook, because YouTube and Facebook don't play nicely together. They're mad at each other. Facebook wants to keep you on Facebook. YouTube wants to keep you on YouTube. So if you're going to post a video on YouTube, you want to format it specifically for Facebook. So when I'm rendering my video for YouTube, there's a certain format that I choose, 1980 by 1020. If you're going to render it for Facebook, it's a smaller clip. It's a smaller size. So it's specific for Facebook. And I haven't been doing it for both lately. I probably should, but I have not. So Grandma says she does Instagram stories. I've not tried those, so I don't know much about them. I need to figure them out. But that's how she does that. And then, of course, there's Pinterest. And then if you're going to put something on Pinterest, it's a different format. And you can do video on Pinterest, but it's probably a different format. So you just have to sort it out. And I thought it interesting that she doesn't do it the same week. She waits a couple of weeks to upload it natively to the different platforms. So I thought that was kind of cool. So it's like that's like the one video that keeps on giving. So there's that. So I thought that was very interesting about repurposing and repackaging and then multiple uploads, that kind of thing. So how can you guys do that? See, that's the thing. So we've looked at these videos. So now the question is, how can we do that? How can we do that? I made two pieces of content, one Instagram thumbnail and then the video. I might try figuring out how to do the whole video next time. So Ordine said she just discovered Instagram stories yesterday. I've discovered them. I just haven't done anything with them. I don't even look at them. So does that mean that some of you are going to try Instagram stories? Is that what I'm hearing? I'm going to try to figure out how to put something on Pinterest, because it can just be a picture there. Wow, she's been standing for an hour. Okay, so Ordine's going to try another platform. I'm going to try Pinterest, and so I'm going to write that down. Pinterest, I'm going to try Pinterest. And then I've already done the Instagram post. And then, of course, YouTube. So I'm going to see what I can do with that. I can't promise much else, but we'll see that. All right, guys, we've been on for a while. I think it's time for us to wrap it up. Do you guys have any other questions that I need to address? I think we pretty much covered everything in both of the videos by Sunny. Do take a look at the descriptions tutorial in the Nick Nimmin's video. I think that he's going to have some good information. And especially now that we've learned that the description counts even more than we thought, I think we're all going to need that. Insta stories is easy. All right, I'll try to figure it out. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I will see you guys next time. If you are so inclined, take a look at my muffin video. And if you guys are interested in taking a look at my checklist on how to do product reviews, send me an email and ask for it, and I'll send it to you. You're going to go back and talk to the mirror. All right. You guys are quite welcome. I thought we had a good discussion tonight, you know, and I think what was most important tonight was you guys drove the discussion. You had lots of questions. And so rather than, you know, me, I had a lot of different questions and things to talk about related to the videos, but it was more important that we got to talk about some of the questions that you had. So it was nice, you know, so I enjoyed that. We were kind of having some good vibe going. So I will see you guys next week. Talk to you soon. Happy Blueberry Muffin Day, or rather, Happy National Blueberry Day. Blueberry Muffin Day is on Thursday. Good night. So good night, my sisters.